To Improvise Module 3. My name's Thomas Hinks, and in this module we'll be looking to learn to improvise in the relative minor to D major, which is B minor. The great thing about learning a major scale is that you're also learning a minor scale. There's a relative minor to each major scale, and the relative minor scale to D major is B minor. And by learning D major, you've pretty much learned B natural minor because it's all the same notes. So if we look here, if we take D major and we just carry on going up through to the next B above its top D, and then we look at the last 8 notes of that scale, they are B natural minor. So when you've got a tune in B minor, you can use those notes, and it's just the same notes as a D major scale, but starting on a B. So it's centered in B, but it's the same notes as D major. So let's just hear what that sounds like. Amazing that that's all the notes of D major, but just starting on the B, and yet has that really minor sound. Can you hear that minor sound? Because starting on a B, when you get to the D, it's a D natural, and that's therefore a flat third in B. And you've also got a flat sixth, which is the G, and a flat 7, which is the A. So if you've got your D major scale under your fingers, which you should have by now, you're going to find playing that B natural minor really easy, because it's just the same notes but starting on the B instead of starting on the D. And yet, despite the fact that it's the same notes, it's got that incredibly minor sound because it's got the flat third, the flat sixth and the flat seventh in terms of B major, which gives it that minor sound. If you've got a tune to play that's in B minor, you can very often get away with playing B natural minor, i.e. all the notes of D major, which you now know, over that. It's just centered in B, its root is in B, and it's centered in B, but it's all the same notes. So you can improvise in B minor by using those D major notes like this. Exactly the same notes as D major, just focusing a little bit more on centering it around the B, ending on the B, perhaps starting on the B. Really don't have to think about it too much, because when you've got a backing track going, your ear will just do that for you. Your fingers will know the notes because you know D major, and your ear will fit it to the backing track. Once you get used to it, it doesn't happen instantly. None of this stuff happens instantly. You do have to work at it all. A lot of the kind of intervals and licks and melodic playing that you might hopefully hear me doing hasn't come instantly. I've been playing in D major for years, but I've been noodling and practicing and improvising in D major, which is the important thing, and have developed my ear to some extent, and also certain licks and certain finger movements that enable me to fairly fluently or fluidly get through creating melodies. So please don't expect instant success. It's not like from day one you're going to just fluidly produce a whole bunch of amazing sounding improvisations in D major or B minor. But they will come, and they will come quickly, particularly if you use the backing track to help guide your ear. So I do recommend every day practicing with that backing track until you really feel you're starting to develop your own licks, your own ideas, and some fluency in your playing.